The interesting thing about that is you are 11 years old and you wrote more books than most adults.
She's wrote more books than me and you combined.
What's up, vlog? Out in Greensboro, North Carolina, meeting up with my homie James Penn, dope entrepreneur. And he has a daughter, Kayla Penn, who is an author and she is an athlete. She not only did she qualify for the Junior Olympics, but she has a dope book out called Run, Kayla, Run. Make sure you guys go cop that. And you know, I really like this story because it shows how you can take a winning mindset and apply it even to kids and then still be successful. One of the things I think we miss in this entrepreneur game is understanding this is a legacy building thing. This is generational. You know, we take successful systems and then we pass those systems down to our kids, to other generations in order to build wealth, in order to build success, in order to build just, you know, overall happiness and fulfillment in life. And this is the perfect example of that. So shout out to James and Kayla Penn. About to, you know, just do a quick interview, check them out, see what they're doing, see what they got coming up, and how they were able to achieve the type of success they did, especially Kayla at such a young age. So, yeah.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats and turn to a ghost.
What's up, guys? So, doing a wonderful interview with two incredibly dope people, James Penn and Kayla Penn. They are two incredible entrepreneurs, and I say two because even though the father may have started with his entrepreneurship, Kayla now is on her journey as an entrepreneur as well. She's an author. She is really kind of like a speaker at this point too, and she's an athlete. And you have the father who is a speaker, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and he does a bunch of different things. So yeah, James and Kayla Penn, how you guys doing?
Man, doing great.
Good.
Good to be here with you, Travis Believes.
That's what's up, that's what's up, that's what's up. So I want to start off with you. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Kayla, what made you want to get into track? Like, what got you started in the track?
I've been homeschooled and I just wanted to socialize with more people, and my dad said if you do good with school, you can run track the next year when I turn 10. So I was like, yes, let's get these A pluses. So I got my A pluses and now I am in track.
So when you guys decided to do the book, right, is this something that she wrote herself, or is it something that you was involved in writing, or how did that process go?
Yeah, so with the process of that, again, the first thing was she had to write the story through her actions, right? And it really is a great journey because it was her first year running, and you know, I'll be the first to you know, let you know, everybody looks through at their children with rose-colored glasses. She wasn't the most extraordinary natural athlete, so she had to work really hard. Her secret power is her work ethic, and so, you know, for Junior Olympics, it's not something that every kid just goes to. You have to qualify for it. She missed the initial qualification. There's some things that happen there, some drama. You gotta
Spoilers.
Get the book to find out, right? No spoilers.
You just spoiled it.
Right? But she went out first and wrote the story through her action and living it out. And then we said, hey, you know what? You did something worth writing. Now let's actually put it into a book. And she actually sat down and wrote the book. She sat down and wrote things out. You know, it was helping her come up with the outline a little bit. And so after she wrote it in her first rendition of it in that draft, Then we came back to the drawing board and said, okay, this is what you wrote. And of course, we helped her pull things out, had some other people come in and interview her and help pull things out. But I wanted to give her the first blank slate to just write it so she had that experience. And then as a team collectively, we helped her bring more out of the story to make sure it was something great.
Wow, how does it feel to be an author at such an age? How old are you?
11.
You're 11 years old and you're an author. How does that feel?
It feels, for me, it feels normal. I don't know why, because this
You don't
isn't
know how
a
it
normal.
right.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that is you are 11 years old and you wrote more books than most adults.
She's wrote more books than me and you combined. It's my man Travis. Yeah. Travis believes this is Will Bradley. This is his spot right here.
This your spot, man?
This is my spot, man.
This your spot, man? What, you wanna? You don't mind if I ask you a couple questions, man?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, first of all, what's your name, man?
My name's Will Bradley.
Will Bradley.
Yes, sir.
So this is that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you this. Yeah.
So Will Bradley, tell me a little bit about what you do, who you work with, and
Okay. So I'm a sports performance trainer. So what that consists of is helping athletes become better overall athletes so that when they go back to their given sport, they're a better piece to work with. And we do it through 3 different channels. So we do it through speed training, agility training, and strength training, right? And our whole goal is just to make the athlete more efficient in what they do. So you're going to do it one way or the other. You're going to do it the right way or you're going to do it the wrong way. We want to make sure you do it the right way so that you can maximize whatever gifts God gave you.
So if you had to pick the qualifications, or I say qualities, the mental qualities that it takes for somebody to be successful that you've seen, what are they? Top 2.
Greatness. So discipline and technique. Discipline and technique. So technique, because you got to be able to maximize whatever gifts you have. The discipline, you got to be able to do it with the correct technique over and over again. So if I had to pick 2 off the top of my head, that's what I'm going with.
So have you ever seen somebody that had amazing skill, but because they was like top-notch skill and they didn't have the discipline, they didn't make it to the next level?
Absolutely, man. I feel like Jadakiss said it best. It's a whole bunch of dudes up north better than Jordan that didn't get that break. You know what I'm saying? and that's what it comes down to.
Will Bradley, man. Pleasure meeting you, brother, man.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
I appreciate the interview.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Glad to finally be on here with Travis Believes.
There's a couple questions I wanted to ask you. What are you're connected with a lot of entrepreneurs, especially on the East Coast. What are the top 3 qualities to be a successful entrepreneur?
So I think your vision has to be one in long term, right? I believe that the further out your vision is, the more successful you can be. Because in your best estimates, when you go on this road of entrepreneurship, and your best estimates, say, hey, it's probably gonna take me this amount of money in this amount of time. It's probably gonna take you twice as much money and 3 times as much time. So you're gonna have to have a vision that's really out long term. The longer term your vision is, the more successful you can be. So you see, you have the very poor. They think day to day, standing on corners, and what am I gonna eat today? The vision is for today. Where am I gonna sleep tonight? I gotta get to the shelter, right? And then you have people who are of a lower socioeconomic status, and they're thinking week to week. You see they pay for like furniture, the weekly payment plans on furniture. It's not a good financial place to be in. Then the average person thinks month to month. I got to pay my bills this month, my mortgage this month. But when we think of like people being successful, you have to have long-term vision. Not making long-term decisions based off of short-term situations, where you're making decisions based off of a year from now, 5 years from now. Global corporations are planning on where are we going over the next decade. So I think vision is certainly one of those things. And then ambition. Ambition, I simply define that as you want more out of life. And that's a forever progression, right? I believe that we were instilled with this DNA to go forward and multiply. And so it's this balance of always having appreciation and gratitude and never being satisfied at the same time. It almost feels like a dichotomy there, but you have to have a certain level of ambition of wanting more out of life. If you're content, with where you are, I don't think you're going to have the drive to get out there and become an entrepreneur. Some people think they'll do what it takes to be an entrepreneur, for a new car or for a house. I don't think you'll do it for a car. I don't think you'll do it for a house. I think you'll do it for a new car. But at some point, like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan that they get hit in the mouth. At some point, life is going to hit you in the mouth. This entrepreneur journey is going to hit you in the mouth. And if it's not something bigger, something more that you're doing it for, it's not some type of ambition, you're not going to do it. So vision, number one, ambition, number two, and then tenacity. Tenacity is number three. And I think that's probably, for me, one of my stronger assets is just having this delusion to failure, this tenacity that over under through I'm going to make it. Success isn't something you go out there and obtain a grasp. Success is something you attract to yourself by the person you become. And so every hurdle, every obstacle, every pothole that I go through, I'm delusional to failure. And I believe, hey, that's just something that needed to teach me something to become the type of person I need to become to attract that success to myself.
I think that's all that needs to be said, homie, man. You killed that. You killed that, man. Listen, so, all right. I like doing these interviews for one reason. I want people to get a perspective of not only how to change your life, but to understand it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what your challenges are, you can do it. You can overcome it. All these people that I talk to are people that have done it. They lived that life. Real entrepreneurs that either had incredible struggles or people that have achieved things that, that either we want to achieve or accomplish, things that we want to accomplish, or just some people that you can look up to and learn lessons from. So just always remember that your current situation is not your final destination. You create that future for yourself. And everything I'm saying, everything that you're hearing from these other people, everything you're hearing from James Penn today, these are all things you can apply to your life to create and design what you want your future to be. And to never be satisfied with failure, but to be content and happy with who you can become. Always create that idea of who do I want to be 5 years from now, who do I want to be 10 years from now, and have that be an inspiration for you now. All right, in Greensboro, North Carolina, had an incredible meeting with James Penn and his daughter. Listen, one thing I learned is there are entrepreneurs everywhere. There are people doing amazing things everywhere. It doesn't matter from the East Coast to the West Coast to the South to the North. You guys go on a little bit of everywhere. And yeah, man, this is one of my East Coast connects. He's dope, as you guys just seen. He's been dropping nothing but bombs, nothing but jewels. I'm sitting here like this, wanting to take notes. You know what I'm saying? Get in your Googles, man, and just research everything this man is telling you. It's just all real life. It's all stuff that's really going to transform, who you are, and what you do. And in this entrepreneur journey, it's not just about, the mind. This is about the body. It's about the spirit. It's about eating right. It's just transforming everything and just becoming the best version of who you can be. And yeah, that's what you got today. So shout out to James, shout out to his daughter, shout out to everybody that is watching this. And yeah, man, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.